Hi tribe, how's it going? It is Tuesday, September 10th. I just started doing your reading and then my little one came in here and just like put a major stop to it, but I was only 3 minutes into it and the reading is so good that I don't want to start it over and get different cards, so I'm just going to go from there. Back up a little bit. How's it going for those of you who are new? My name is, I go by Dharma. Dharma means life path. Karma is the consequence, Dharma is the action. And this is for not zodiac specific, this is for the general collective. So if it resonates for you, good. Don't try to force it if it doesn't. And yeah, so it's intuition, channeling, we've got some fairies, we've got Lenormand, we've got everything. So once again, calling guides, angels, Michael, everybody. Where were we? Okay, so this card flew out from the beginning. It's the anchor. The anchor is the thing that gets dropped in order to make sure that something is stable. So if you're on a boat, and I was talking about, you know, doing one of these things here, talking about the ocean of emotion, right? And if not anchored, it then gets away with itself, okay? Or will just flat out float away into sea. So therefore, an anchor is necessary in order to ground something, in order to make it stable, right? But then the dolphins came out, okay? I love this card. First of all, the dolphins are a pair. Dolphins mate for pleasure, but this is a conversation. This is like an agreement. This is like hey man, let's go to SeaWorld and be in the same tank together. And they're like, okay, you know, and they want, these are two people that are coming to some kind of it's an agreement to drop the anchor. It might take one anchor on both sides in order to keep the thing stable. But these, oh, I just spilled coffee all over my wall. These two people are mutually attracted to each other, okay? Oh my God. There's a mutual attraction, mutual enjoyment. It's mutual everything, but this anchor is way more serious for one person than it is for another in this dynamic, in this dastardly duo. And I think the reason is probably one person at least, and maybe both, because I mean they mirror each other, right? These are identical kindred souls, okay? At least one of the people in the parties has been just destroyed in a relationship before. So the fact that they're even kind of willing to come at you like, well, let's talk about this anchor, is scary. It's not scary. They're just like creeping forward with caution, okay? But then the crow came out. The crow is a magical being. The crow is an omen. The crow is the thing that flies across your way and then you look over and all kinds of cool spiritual shit happens. So it's, you know, and if you even look at the keywords there, it's talking about a new beginning. It's something new. It's a good omen. And that's what, you know, this is. This is a new beginning. That's what I'm saying. This is a choice. A choice to I heard combine. Combine what? Sagittarius. Oh, temperance. Yeah. You know, one thing I noticed about this, this is the Sagittarius card, so Saggy might be in it, but this is also temperance, but it talks about humor. And these two are funny. I just think that it's another indication of, you know, on the temperance card where the angel has the 2 cups and she's like, mixed in a little hot with a little cold with a little hot in order to kind of, and I feel like there's a realization within this dynamic that that's what each party does for each other. It's like the yin to the yang. It's the cheese to the macaroni. Like plain macaroni doesn't taste good and plain cheese doesn't taste good. I don't care who you are. It's fucking gross. Unless there's like wine and crackers. You see what I'm saying? It takes more to make it like better. And I think a compliment. That's what I just heard. These two parties complement each other. So let's get out the fairies. And the gloomy doom is at the bottom. It was in reverse though, even though I don't read these in reverse. This is the Brian Froud's Fairies Oracle. I've had this deck. This was my very first deck of cards. I got them when I was like 13 or 14, back in the 90s. And I have, oh my God. Yes, Luathas the Wild. This is hot. This is, in the book it talks about love at first sight. This is someone who has got their eyes set on, eyes on the prize, right? But if you notice down there, my really terrible adolescent handwriting. For those of you, just a little quick backstory, when I got these when I was 13 or 14, I didn't know how to use them, but my Naomi and these, my German whatever, they have read tarot forever, and it kind of gets, there's usually always a witchy feminine in those, so that's me, right? But I didn't know how to use them, so I wrote the keywords on these cards 20 years ago, and I really wish I didn't, but whatever. It talks about balance. This talks about balance. This talks about balancing out the boat so that it doesn't fall. These two, yin and yang, talk about balance. So there's something about this dynamic that is very, very, very equal. And it's hot. It is nasty. It is, my face is getting flushed. I mean, there's something about the chemistry between these two people that is, it's unmistakable. It's the kind of chemistry that's so alive, to which if this couple, it's like a power couple, if they were to walk into anywhere, people would be like, who are they? Who are they? You know, they're the people that people talk about because it's so loud and so obvious that it is so attractive, or they're so attracted to each other. Essentially no one else exists. They are living in their own little dolphin pond at SeaWorld by themselves, and nobody else is allowed in. Don't be coming up in here changing the pH of my water, you know, for this one only. And I think both parties feel like that. It's very claiming, yeah. And what ends up happening is that I think there's been, this is Nalise the Alchemist, the masculine, that's the ecstasy card. If it comes back out again, we'll take it. My orgasm card, which would go perfectly with this, right? But I'm not going to take it. The masculine magician in the regular tarot, he deals with all the elements, but I always picture him as manifesting things that are tangible in the 3D. Like if you want something to happen in your life, you know, you would go to that guy. Nalise works with the emotions and spirit. She does the inner transformation of thought and mind and heart and soul and whatever. And there's something about the chemicals, pheromones, also spiritual help in this relationship that has, I heard thawed and icy heart. Oh God, it's cheesy as fuck. Love thaws. I'm gonna go on this whole let it go, let it go. Yeah, there's your icy heart right there. This is someone, it's almost like the masculine reluctantly allowed this to happen. Because, I mean, look, it's like this can almost be like a metamorphosis, right? It's all bent over and pissed off and shady and salty. And then something happens and he stands up, or she stands up and gets wings and a wand, and all of a sudden is this magical being that can kind of do anything. And I think that is the chemistry and the chemicals between these two people, is that they do it to each other. They create that alchemy within each other. And that's very indicative of a spiritual divine partnership, someone that is meant to come in to change you in one way or another. And this is definitely for the positive. And my word is their passion and love and heat. And as many of you know, I'm a firefighter, right? So you've got different fire changes color as it gets hotter. Do not ever touch green fire, because it will melt your skin off. I mean, all fire will, but particularly green fire. I mean, look down there. Whatever he's standing on is melted. But look at the intensity in his face. I just noticed the word impulsiveness, and I kind of wanted to skip over that, but they're like, no, touch on it. This is in the masculine. There's something within the masculine that is like, I need to snatch that one. Or else. Or else what? Or else I'm going to lose them. Or else I'm not going to have this opportunity. Or else my dolphin is going to go and get in the orca bin at SeaWorld. And then I'm going to be stuck over here with the sea otters. It's just a feeling of like, what am I doing? Why not? You know? And then you wake up and you're like, well, let's do it, right? So there's something that happens today, or time is fluid, you know, to where it's a new beginning in love in one way or another. Now, notice there was no Ace of Chalices, which is like the Ace of Cups, but there is a lot of water here. A lot of water and a lot of fire, which makes steam. So I would like to figure out how this all goes down, but for those of you, we're going to do an extended, but for those of you where this is where we're going to part ways today, this happens. There is a mutual agreement to anchor, and I love that. So let's go find out how. If you're interested in learning more, the link for Vimeo is in the box below. I absolutely appreciate it. Takes you right over there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check the channel for your weeklies. I'm doing fire signs today. I did all the air signs yesterday. And until next time, you have a good one. Bye.